3, 2, 1.
Well, welcome everyone to this edition of Amateur Golf Talk Live. I'm your host, Shan Coughlin, bringing you something we have not had before, and this is the ability to talk and also see our guest from across the way a bit from Italy. We are talking with the founder of Golf Holiday Italy today, Mr. Bjorn Yngberger. He's going to correct my pronunciation of that, I know. But Bjorn, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Shan. Good to be here, and thanks for inviting me.
Oh, you are so welcome. So this is exciting for us because we have been talking so much about golf travel and especially the interest in international travel, to the United States. So I'm excited to talk to you a little bit about international travel in other places, and Italy is just becoming a huge mecca for the golf traveler. You have some beautiful resorts over there. Tell us a little bit about the golf economy where you are.
Yeah, let's. I wouldn't call Italy a huge golf destination as yet. If you talk golf in Europe, and if you talk to a golf traveler in Europe, and he would probably cite Spain as the main country. Spain started many years back, probably 20, 30 years back in developing the golf industry, and they are by far the leaders today. Where I would say approximately half of all the golf tourists in Europe they travel to Spain.
All right.
But in the meantime, there's been quite a few other countries that has started developing and that are now growing at a steady pace. And Italy is definitely one of them. There's a lot of awareness right now in Italy that golf tourism is important, and in order to grow the golf business in Italy, they need to rely on tourists because the domestic market isn't really growing that much. It's a tiny golf economy to be clear. I mean, we're talking about a country with approximately 70,000 golfers.
Okay.
So it's probably one of the smallest golf countries in Europe. But on the other hand, it's probably the most famous tourist country.
Right.
So you have a lot of people coming here every year. I mean, it's the fifth biggest tourist country in the world, and just to give you an idea with a figure, 80% of all the cultural heritage of the world is in Italy.
Wow.
So
well,
I mean, we had the Romans here. So
yes,
so
absolutely.
there's quite a lot of things to see and experience here. So
right.
Combining that with the fact that there are actually a lot of very good courses, makes it a good ground for growing a good golf business here.
Well, and I think when I was doing my research, what I noticed was the up and coming, right? It's certainly attracting, like you said, a lot of attention. And I did read where there were over 300 courses in Italy.
Yeah, well, approximately that number, yeah.
Well, and only 70,000 golfers. So so travel there must be growing. Otherwise, the courses wouldn't be there, I would think.
No, and there's one good thing about the for those who listen to us now, a golfer can actually benefit from that right now, because if you come over here and play, you will never find a hard time to book a tee time. If you play here during weekdays, you can just pop up at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the morning, and you will have a tee time just waiting for you.
Wow.
While as if you, I was in Spain last month playing a week of golf, and there it's really a hassle. I mean, you need to book in advance,
mm-hmm.
and it's not, and it's quite a lot of waiting on the course. Here in Italy, it's not. It's just go out and play, and that's good for the golf tourist.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a little bit because. We've learned from one of our other shows. We have a host who's done quite a bit of traveling, and he actually taught in Germany for a while. And to play in Germany, he was telling us that there are quite a bit of requirements, and that people are required to go through lessons and to do different things. Is it the same in Italy, or can you just walk up and play?
Well, I think it's the same. It's the same in all countries in Europe, in the sense that you need what we call a green card. I don't know if you call it the same in the US. Meaning that green card you get going through a theoretical test and a practical test. So it's actually a written exam.
Oh, wow.
With some 40, 50 questions, and then you have to go out with a pro and to show that you have a grasp of the rules and you can behave correctly on a golf course.
Mm-hmm.
And once you're done with that, you're going to be handed your green card, and that allows you to play on your home course. Then if you want to go out and play green fee on other courses, then you normally need a 36 handicap.
Okay.
So you need to be a reasonably experienced player.
Okay. Interesting.
That's normally how it works.
Now, for travelers coming over from the U.S., because we don't have those kind of requirements, here, if you pay your money, you can just walk out on any golf course that is open to the public. Obviously, the private ones are not. So how do they handle, or how do companies like yourself who are booking packages handle the Americans coming over who aren't going to have that?
No, well, of course. I mean, when we're talking about foreigners, they pretty much look through their fingers. And as I said before, there are Italian golf courses have a lot of capacity, so they are not really that sticky about choosing the people coming to play there.
Mm-hmm.
If an American player or a Canadian or whatever comes over, he shows his membership card of his local club. I mean, no problem. They're going to let him out.
All right. Well, like I said, the pictures, and I want to give everyone your website. It is golfholidayitaly.com, golfholidayitaly.com. Let's get into some of the beautiful places that you can play. I know it's something you wanted to share with everyone, but the pictures are absolutely fascinating. I have never been to Italy myself. I've been to England, and I've been to France, so Italy's definitely on my list. My cousin just got back from her honeymoon from Italy and raved about it. But talk a little bit about the golf spas and resorts there.
There's quite a few of them actually. We can say like this, that the majority of the golf clubs in Italy are clubs for the members. So they wouldn't be typical resorts.
Okay.
So those are clubs that traditionally, and most of them yet, they don't really market themselves towards the tourist, towards the foreigner. They don't really say, hey, look, we have this course, come and join us.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as I said before, I think this is changing. But I also said this is something that is of benefit for the tourist, because they're going to find a course with very little people and extremely nice courses. Just to give you an example, outside Florence, which I think you all know about, just south of Florence, there's a club called Ugolino, Golf Club Ugolino, which is present on my site, which is located in the middle of the Chianti Hills.
Oh wow!
So you would actually play along the vineyards and the beautiful hills that are famous around the world. That's the majority of the clubs. Then in these last 10, 15 years, there have been quite a few resorts built that are instead completely dedicated to tourists. And a couple of these I want to highlight is there is one in Tuscany, in the southern part of Tuscany, which is about an hour and a half drive north of Rome.
Okay.
So it's easy accessible for the international tourists flying into the international airport in Rome. It's called Argentario. That one is present as well as on my site, and they have a really nice offer. It's a luxury resort with spa, with swimming pool. It's located on an island in a really beautiful landscape. So that's another resort I could highly recommend. In the southern part of Italy, in Sicily, there are 3-4 resorts that are pretty fresh. I mean, I think they have 5-6 years at most, both of them. In the southern part of Sicily, one is called Donna Fugata. The other part is Verdura Golf Resort.
Mm-hmm.
And these two are completely dedicated to tourists. So there you would find a classical resort kind of structure with, very tourist oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And both these resorts have excellent golf courses to offer. Up in the northern part of Italy, if somebody chooses to fly into Milan, you have the Garda Lake, which is probably pretty famous as well. with 6-7 absolutely beautiful courses. No resource really, but you would rather stay at a hotel with a view over the lake and then travel to the different courses day by day, depending what you choose. But what is really interesting about Italy is apart from the golf, which is very good level, is what you do when you finish playing golf. There you have a unlimited offer of going to visit vineyards and trying out wine, trying out the local cuisine, which has gained its fame all over the world, and of course visiting the nice cities like Venice, Florence, Rome, or I mean, based on where you choose to stay. So as I said, I was in Spain last week. Beautiful golf. I mean, it's world-class golf. But after you finish playing your golf, it's not that easy to find things to do.
Right.
In Italy, you take your car, and within 1 hour, you would have the most stunning places to visit.
It sounds beautiful. Like I said, and the pictures are definitely worth looking at again on golfholidayitaly.com. And you being a golfer, have you golfed in the United States before?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Not yet. But I have on my bucket list to play Pebble Beach.
Oh, there you go. Very beautiful. So, in looking at the pictures of the golf courses online, it looks like you have all different types as well. Like here in the United States, we have some that are flat and very open, some that have extreme elevation changes, like in the mountains. And it looks like the same is present there as well. You've got the seaside courses as well as in the mountainous the courses there. Talk a little bit about the types of course, and also if you know the types of grass that are on the courses that people could expect when they go to Italy.
Okay. Well, as you said, I would say you would find all kinds of or most kinds of courses represented here. I don't think there is any links courses yet.
Okay.
But there are courses similar to links, but I mean the pure links courses, not yet. I would say the majority of the courses are sort of like parkland courses.
Right. Okay.
Then you have quite a few. I know in Tuscany you have a few woodland courses set in a natural pine forest. There's one on the coast called Punta Ala, for example. And up in the mountain, in the northern part of Italy, you have the traditional mountain courses with high elevation differences. So yeah, you could pretty much experience most of the types of courses. As it comes to grass, that's a pretty technical question, and I don't really know about that much about that. I know because there was a greenkeeper taking me out to one of the courses a few months back, telling me that they were one of the first golf courses that planted the Bermuda grass. So I know that Bermuda grass has come here, and there are a few courses that had implemented it, giving all the benefits that the Bermuda grass offers.
All right, but that is fairly new there. That's interesting.
That's fairly new here. Yeah, it is. It is.
And with about 70,000 golfers there, you said, how many of those are in a junior golf program, or is junior play sought after, or is it an afterthought, or junior golfers aren't really like, I know here there are so many programs trying to get more and more young people involved. Do you find the same thing in Italy?
Yeah, well, to be really honest, I can't say that I have an overview of what exactly is going on.
Okay.
What you see when you go into a club, the average age of the members are pretty high. That's for sure the impression that you get, and that's pretty much of the comments that you get as well when you talk about people. I think the majority of the clubs have been living pretty fine with their members up until now. Now, since a few years back, you might have seen and heard that there's it's a bit of a crisis here in Europe, and Italy has been pretty hurt in this period. So the golf courses, they tend to see that they have to find alternative revenue sources, and there one way for sure is to gain new members. And gaining new members, of course, you want young members, because that's a lifetime investment. So I know that there's a few clubs, at least here in the northern part of Italy where I live, that organize events where they let young players try it out. They have summer camps. They have a business proposal to new players where it's an easy access. They don't have to pay that much during the first year or the first couple of years. So they are trying hard to make sure that the member base is growing.
Right. I was noticing on some of the courses there was a junior rate, so there is a different rate for younger golfers.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Well, what you are the founder of Golf Holiday Italy. What inspired you to found it, to create it?
Well, I've been working most of my career in the digital area, and at the same time, I'm a passionate golfer since I was a kid. So it's been in my head for quite a few years to combine those two things. I mean, my golf interest and my let's call it a digital orientation or digital lifestyle. So the idea of the site was really to help out the local structures here to get out with their message towards the golfers around the world. Because I was around visiting a lot of courses, many of them have beautiful offers with combinations of green fee and nice hotels, but those offers, they tend to be hidden somewhere on their own website at best, and sometimes they're hidden in the drawer of the club director. They are trying to market it towards tour operators, but that isn't that easy for a number of reasons. So I just told myself, well, why don't we set up a site and try to figure it out how we can get this message out. And I talked with a few courses about the idea, and they were thrilled about it. And a few months later, I was up and running.
Wow, that's pretty exciting. Because how long has the site been up?
It was set live in April this year.
Okay. So it's fairly new. So as you went out and talked to the courses, what really prompted them to become involved?
Well, I mean, for them, it's a way of talking directly with the golfer. The golf courses and the resorts up until today, they have been talking exclusively with the tour operators with a different degree of success. Now, the digital economy, as we know, makes it easier for the seller to talk directly with the buyer. And that happens in the golf industry as well. So I know that I'm Swedish as a region, so I know the Swedish market pretty much. And just to give you an idea what this is all about, in Sweden we have about 500,000 golfers. Now Sweden is a cold country. The golf season is very short. So what happens is that a lot of Swedes, if they want to prolong the season a bit, they go abroad. They go abroad in springtime and in autumn time. And as a matter of fact, there are around 200,000 Swedish golfers traveling each year for golf reasons.
Wow! So this really put
about half of.
This really put the golf courses directly in touch with those who might be traveling versus in touch with the middle person or the tour operator.
Yeah, exactly. So among those 200,000 players, approximately 40% of them, they book it all by themselves. They don't use a tour operator.
Okay.
They go on the internet, they book their hotel, they book their tea time, and they're playing, they load their plane, and then they're off.
They're off. Okay.
So this is the trend. I think the tour operators are doing a great job. I'm not working towards or against the tour operators. They are doing a great job. But we see a significant part of the tourists that tend to want to do all by themselves, and this site makes it probably easy for them to orientate in Italy.
Okay, I'm getting the sign that because I could talk about this all day, but I'm getting the sign we are running out of time, and we're seeing that same trend here in the U.S. And I think the internet has done so much to make the world, just a much smaller place and to give people the information that they want when they want it. So again, another trend that is crossing all across the world. So Bjorn, I do appreciate you taking your time out to give us more information, not only about Golf Holiday Italy, but golf in Italy in general. I think the courses look amazing, and as you said, there's a huge opportunity there for folks who want to try, different places and to play different courses in different parts of the world. So thank you so much for coming on with us today.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Thank you. All right. This edition of Amateur Golf Talk Live has been produced and broadcast by the Zeus Radio Network for thegolfdirector.com. When visiting the Golf Director, don't forget to navigate over to our featured golf course pages where you'll find up-to-date information about course conditions, specials, and much more. And if you need help with your next golf vacation, give us a call at 844-GO-GOLF-1. That's 844-GO-GOLF-1, 844-464-6531. All of our TGD programming is archived for listen and viewing on demand. To catch up on shows you may have missed, click on TGD Radio and TGD TV tabs on the menu at thegolfdirector.com. This is Shan Coughlin on behalf of our guest, Bjorn Yngberger, and our producers, Jeff and Big D behind the glass. We thank you for tuning in, and there's more TG golf news and information coming up next.
All right, guys. Very good. You're clear.
All right. Thank you so much, Bjorn.
He's gone.
Oh, okay.
All right.